Have you ever had a Tableau workbook with over 16 columns of data, or you're trying to export some details and you can't view everything in one page? Let me show you exactly what I'm talking about. So in this dashboard, or in this sheet, I actually have 16 columns, but the default view only allows for 6 columns to show. I actually have 20. If I wanted to make the view 16 columns, that's the max that you can do in desktop. So if I wanted to do that, I would have to go to Analysis, Table Layout, Advanced, and increase here to 16. But you see, it still doesn't work because it's giving you have more columns here than you do on your screen. And you can really tell because the first column will be concatenated. It's commas between them. So if I wanted to make this go the full number of columns that I have, we'll have to save this and adjust something in the XML. Tableau will not endorse this method, and I think that in a new beta release it's going to be adjusted so that you can actually export more columns, or you can do this inherently in the tool. But for right now, this is how you would do it. So in the notes section of this dashboard, I'll have a link in the video description. You want to save this workbook that you're working in as a TWB file instead of a packaged workbook. So I'm going to go ahead and save it. I already have saved it on my desktop as a Tableau workbook. That way we can open it with a text editor. So I've saved it, and now I'm going to open up my text editor. I have Sublime Text. And I want to find that applicable worksheet in the file. So I know here, this is my worksheet, over 16 columns. So I'm going to search for that in the file. So I can see that it's listed here, but if I wanted to go ahead and change the number of columns that it shows, it's going to be in the style rules. You'll see right here that style rule in rows 5013 through 16, we're going to change these values. And I'm going to go ahead and say a good 25 sounds good. And I'm going to say it for all three because they all three kind of tie together. So I'm going to hit save, and I can just reopen this workbook. And so now if I go to my over 16 columns, I see everything. It starts with customer name. So that's how you do it. And thank you for joining me.